What if the key to reigniting your strength as a man, your energy, your blood flow, even your ability to get erections wasn't hidden in a pill, but in a spice you've probably overlooked your entire life? A spice so potent that simply chewing it for 60 seconds could awaken blood vessels that have been dormant for years. Sounds unbelievable? Stick with me. I'm Dr. Mohit Kara. For over 30 years, I've helped men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond regain their confidence, performance, and intimacy naturally, without relying on medications that only offer temporary fixes. I'm not here to promote hype. I'm here to share what truly works, backed by clinical science and proven in the lives of real men. Here's the twist. Many men believe testosterone is their main problem, but what I've repeatedly seen is that the core issue lies in blood flow, specifically nitric oxide, a miracle molecule that your body drastically reduces producing after 60, yet desperately needs to maintain good circulation and strong, lasting erections. That's why in this video, I'm going to reveal a simple 60-second habit, something you can start doing as soon as tomorrow morning, that harnesses a natural spice to jumpstart your nitric oxide system, boost circulation, and unlock the strength you thought was lost forever. And that's just the beginning. Shortly, I'll tell you the inspiring story of a 67-year-old man who hadn't experienced a full erection in 8 years until he tried this method. What happened next surprised even me. Let's uncover the truth that most doctors never talk about and discover how this single spice could transform everything. Before we dive in, if you're a man over 60 seeking real, natural ways to restore your vitality and strength, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss another tip that could improve your health. If this video resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0. Your feedback helps me craft content that truly serves your needs. Now, let me introduce you to a patient whose experience perfectly shows just how powerful this 60-second habit can be. His name is Jerry, 67 years old, a retired firefighter, tough on the outside, but quietly battling something deeply personal. What happened to him after only 2 weeks of trying this spice stunned me, and it might just open your eyes to what's still possible, regardless of your age. 1. Jerry's hidden strength returns at Suvo Trades. I'll never forget the first time Jerry walked into my office. A 67-year-old retired firefighter from Texas, with broad shoulders shaped by a lifetime of hard labor. But something weighed on him. As he sat down, he leaned forward slightly and quietly said, "Doc, it's been years. I feel like something inside me just shut down." He hadn't had a full erection in almost a decade. He loved his wife deeply, but their intimacy had gradually disappeared. Morning erections gone. That feeling of vitality and energy fading away year by year. Jerry told me he had tried pills before. At first, they gave him a brief spark, but over time, even those stopped working. Plus, they brought along headaches, flushed skin, and a growing sense of frustration. "I just don't feel like a man anymore," he admitted, looking down. "I've heard that from hundreds of men his age, and every time it reminds me why I do what I do." What Jerry was experiencing isn't uncommon. It's not something to be ashamed of, and it's definitely not the end. After reviewing his lab results and lifestyle, one thing was clear. This wasn't a hormone issue. It was a problem with blood flow. His nitric oxide levels were dangerously low, and his vascular system wasn't functioning like it used to. So, I challenged him. No pills, no surgery, just one simple habit. Every morning, he would take a small pinch of a natural spice, cayenne pepper, chew it slowly for 60 seconds, then rinse with warm water. That was it. He looked at me like I was nuts. But Jerry gave it a try. And 2 weeks later, he returned with a different energy, shoulders back, chest open, and a grin that said it all. "Doc," he said, "I woke up feeling like I was 30 again." His wife? She was smiling too. What happened inside Jerry's body wasn't magic. It was biology. And it all began with that single pinch of spice. Now, you might be wondering, why cayenne? What exactly happens in your body when you chew it for 60 seconds? The answer lies in a natural compound most men completely overlook. It's time you learned the full truth. 2. the spice that wakes up circulation in just 60 seconds. When I first told Jerry to chew cayenne pepper, he blinked twice and asked, "You mean the stuff I sprinkle on chili?" I nodded and said, "Not sprinkle, chew a small pinch for just 60 seconds. He looked at me as if I'd asked him to walk through fire. I understand, cayenne is spicy, but what most men don't realize is that behind that heat is a natural power very few tap into. Cayenne pepper contains a compound called capsaicin. That's the part that gives it its heat. More importantly, capsaicin is a natural vasodilator. It sends a signal to your blood vessels to relax and open up. Think of it like turning on a garden hose that's been kinked for years. Blood begins to flow freely again. Oxygen reaches your muscles, your nerves start firing, and yes, circulation to your lower body wakes up quickly. Here's where it gets really fascinating. When you chew cayenne and swallow it in a capsule, you activate specific nerve endings in your mouth and throat called TRPV1 receptors. These receptors connect directly to your cardiovascular system. The moment capsaicin stimulates them, your body instantly starts releasing nitric oxide. This is a powerful biological reaction that's faster and more natural than most medications. This is why chewing cayenne works so quickly. You actually feel it. Your body warms up, your heart rate may rise gently, and some men even notice a slight tingling sensation in their hands or feet. That's blood flowing again to areas that haven't seen it in a long time. This isn't just theory. Research confirms that capsaicin helps reduce blood pressure, improves vascular flexibility, and boosts microcirculational key factors that support stronger, longer-lasting erections. Now, I'm not saying cayenne is a miracle cure, but I've seen men who believed they were beyond help suddenly regain their confidence. Not by adding more chemicals to their bodies, but by unlocking the natural power already inside them. That said, not all cayenne is the same. If you decide to try this, there are important things to know because the wrong type or amount can do more harm than good. Let me guide you on how to use it safely and effectively. Almost every man over 60 who has come to my office has asked a version of the same question. Will this really work at my age? My answer is always the same. Yes, it can. And it often works better for men in their 60s and 70s than it does for younger men in their 40s. Why? Because once you understand what's truly happening inside your body, it all makes sense. As we get older, one of the most vital molecules for male health, nitric oxide, declines rapidly. By the time most men hit 60, they're producing less than a quarter of the nitric oxide they did in their 20s. This means blood vessels become stiffer, narrower, and less responsive. It's not that your desire disappears. It's that your blood simply can't flow where it needs to. Nitric oxide tells your arteries to relax and expand. It's your body's natural way of increasing blood flow. Without it, even the strongest desire can't translate into a physical response. That's why restoring this one key function often produces the most powerful changes. Chewing cayenne pepper especially, first thing in the morning, does more than wake up your taste buds. It triggers nitric oxide release through the saliva glands and mucous membranes. This isn't speculation. It's supported by scientific studies and something I've witnessed repeatedly in my patients. Here's something that even surprised me when I first looked into it. The response is quick. Men often notice improvements in warmth, circulation, and alertness within just a few days. That's because the body wants to heal and function properly. It just sometimes needs the right push. For men over 60, this isn't about turning back the clock. It's about reclaiming function that never really disappeared, just lay dormant. Like Jerry, many men are amazed to discover that their bodies can still respond when given the right signal. However, to gain these benefits safely, you have to be smart about it. You need to know exactly what type of cayenne to use, the right amount, and how to gradually build up your tolerance without overwhelming yourself. That's what I'm going to guide you through next, because trust me, getting this part wrong can cause problems. One common mistake I see is men grabbing any cayenne powder from the back of their spice cabinet, or worse, slathering their meals with hot sauce and thinking that's enough. Let me be clear. Not all cayenne peppers are created equal. If you want genuine results, you need to do this correctly. When I instructed Jerry to chew cayenne, I gave him very precise directions. No capsules, no vinegar-based sauces. I told him to look for pure organic cayenne powder. ideally with a heat level between 30,000 and 50,000 Scoville heat units. That range is just right, potent enough to activate the receptors and trigger nitric oxide release, but not so intense it causes pain or harm. The form matters as well. Powder is ideal because it instantly mixes with your saliva, which is essential for triggering nitric oxide production. Capsules bypass this step, and those spicy sauces? They're often filled with preservatives, salt, or vinegar, which can weaken the effect or irritate your stomach. Start smallest than a quarter teaspoon. Place it on your tongue, chew slowly, and breathe through your nose. You'll likely feel warmth spreading through your chest and possibly a slight burn in your throat. That's normal. It means your body is responding. But if it feels too intense, don't push through the discomfort. Rinse your mouth with warm water or soothe it with a teaspoon of honey. Let your body adjust at its own pace. And here's something most men don't expect. Within a few days, the burning sensation lessens. Your body adapts. What once felt like fire on day 1 becomes a gentle daily awakening by day 5. Along with this adaptation comes benefits: improved circulation, sharper focus, and better responsiveness in the bedroom. But keep in mind, this isn't just about the spice itself. It's about using it consistently and correctly. If you want to boost your results even more, there's another insight I share with my patients: a reason why older men often experience faster and more noticeable improvements with natural stimulants like cayenne. You'll understand why your age might actually be your greatest advantage. 5. Why older men respond faster. You might find this surprising, but through my years of experience, I've noticed something remarkable. Men over 60 often respond more quickly and more strongly to natural circulation enhancers like cayenne than younger men do. I've seen it reflected in their blood pressure, their morning energy, and yes, in their sexual performance. At first, even I was skeptical, but after years of working with patients like Jerry, I came to understand why this works so well. The truth is, when a man's body has been running on empty for years, poor circulation, low nitric oxide, sluggish blood flow, introducing a natural stimulant like cayenne is like pouring fresh oil into a rusty engine. The transformation is clear because the gap between where you are and where your body wants to be is wide. Once you close that gap, the results feel truly powerful. Your blood vessels might be stiffer and your nitric oxide production lower, but your body still remembers how to function properly. You're not broken, you're just dormant. Once blood flow starts moving again and your vascular system receives the signal to open up and relax, everything changes. You sleep better, your hands and feet warm up, your mind sharpens, and your confidence gradually returns, one morning at a time. This is why so many older men I work with tell me they feel young again after just a week or two of this simple routine. Not because they're trying to turn back the clock, but because they're finally giving their bodies what they've needed all along. Genuine circulation, real blood flow, real oxygen. Nothing else can replace that. If you're starting to feel hopeful now, that's a great sign. But I want to be honest, none of this works without consistency. This isn't a one-time fix. It's a tool that requires proper and regular use. One of my patients saw changes in as little as 5 days, but what truly boosted his progress was adding 5 simple habits to his daily routine. These natural tweaks significantly enhance cayenne's effects. I'll guide you through each of them step by step, beginning with the most important. 6. Jerry's results after 2 weeks and tips to boost your success. When Jerry came back for his follow-up 2 weeks later, I barely recognized him. His posture was different. He moved with more ease, as if a switch had been flipped. Sitting down, he leaned forward and said with a quiet smile, "Doc, it worked." No exaggeration, just a simple statement full of surprise and relief. He told me he noticed changes starting on the 4th day. At first, he woke up feeling warmer, then realized his feet weren't cold anymore. By day 7, he had his first morning erection in years. The real breakthrough came around day 12. Not only was he more responsive during intimacy, but his confidence had returned in a way he hadn't experienced for over 10 years. Jerry didn't overhaul everything overnight, but he was consistent, taking a small pinch of organic cayenne powder every morning, chewing it slowly for 60 seconds, then rinsing with warm water. He listened to his body, didn't rush the process, and most importantly, gave it a fair chance to work. To help you achieve similar results, here are 5 simple tips I share with all my patients. First, take cayenne on an empty stomach in the morning that boosts the nitric oxide response. Second, breathe through your nose while chewing to keep calm and steady. Third, drink warm lemon water afterward to soothe your throat and support your blood vessels. Fourth, follow up with a brief power pose to reinforce your testosterone levels. And finally, track your daily progress. Small improvements can easily go unnoticed unless you pay close attention. These 5 easy steps take just a few minutes each day, but when done consistently, they significantly enhance cayenne's benefits and bring noticeable shifts in your health and vitality. But we're not finished yet. Now that you understand cayenne's power, I want to introduce you to an even stronger ally, natural drink you can combine with this habit to boost your results further. It's quick, simple, and uses ingredients you likely already have in your kitchen. I'll show you exactly how to prepare it. To wrap up, if there's one key takeaway I want you to remember, it's that change is absolutely possible even after 60. You don't have to accept dwindling energy, poor circulation, or the quiet disappointment that often comes with fading intimacy. Jerry refused to settle, and so should you. We began with a modest pinch of cayenne pepper, something so simple, so everyday, most men completely overlook it. But when used properly, slowly chewed for just 60 seconds, it transforms into something much more powerful. A wake-up call for your blood vessels, a message to your body that it's time to come alive again. We discussed why this works, how nitric oxide, the molecule essential for blood flow and erections, declines sharply with age, and how cayenne reactivates this system through real biology, not gimmicks. We broke down the science, the safety, and the exact steps. We also explored why men over 60, like you, often experience the most dramatic benefits, not because youth returns, but because circulation does. And with better circulation comes renewed strength, sharper clarity, growing confidence, and deeper connection. After 14 days, Jerry wasn't just performing better, he was living better. More energy, improved sleep, richer intimacy, and a quiet pride you could hear in his voice. That's exactly what I want for you, too. No matter how long it's been, your strength is still there, waiting. Begin with small steps, be consistent, have faith in the process, and when you're ready to take it further, I'll share a simple, all-natural drink that amplifies this habit and helps boost your results even more. It's time to reclaim what's rightfully yours. Let's move forward together. If this video has inspired you or brought you hope, please take a moment to like, share, and leave a comment below. Your feedback is invaluable. It helps me create better content tailored for men like you. If you've tried this method or have any questions, don't hesitate to share them in the comments. And if you want to support this mission of delivering honest, natural health advice to men over 60, consider making a small donation via the link below. Every contribution helps keep this important message alive. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and together, we can make a real difference.